Welcome to my books and story time by mybooksummary.com. Let's explore. Finish by Jon Acuff. If you've ever started something with big dreams but found yourself stuck in the getting ready phase, Jon Acuff's Finish. Give Yourself the Gift of Done is a book that's going to hit home in a big way. In a world where we're often told to hustle harder, be more productive and achieve more, Acuff offers a refreshing approach that's not about doing more. It's about finishing what you start. This is a book for anyone who has ever struggled to finish a project, complete a goal, or simply move past the initial excitement of starting something new. The problem with perfectionism. One of the central themes in Finish is the concept of perfectionism and how it cripples progress. Acuff doesn't sugarcoat it. He admits that he's been a perfectionist himself, and through personal anecdotes, he paints a vivid picture of how perfectionism can stifle creativity, productivity, and ultimately success. He explains how people often get stuck in a never-ending cycle of trying to make things perfect, and as a result, they never complete anything. Acuff argues that this need for perfection is one of the biggest obstacles to achieving our goals. Instead of focusing on perfection, he encourages readers to focus on progress, to accept that things won't always be flawless, and to embrace the concept of done. His advice is grounded in the belief that completing something, even if it's not perfect, is far better than never finishing at all. The science of finish. What I appreciate most about Finish is that it's not just motivational fluff, it's backed by science. Acuff draws on research from psychology and behavioral science to explain why we procrastinate, why we fail to finish projects, and why we often give up too soon. He explains that our brains are wired to avoid discomfort, and the longer we spend on a task, the more we're likely to experience that discomfort. This can lead to procrastination, avoidance, and a general sense of dread around completing a task. Acuff introduces practical tools and strategies to break through these mental barriers. One of his key concepts is the start, finish, win framework, where he encourages readers to set realistic goals and to avoid the trap of making them too grandiose. Instead, the focus should be on smaller, achievable steps that lead to completion. Setting better goals. In Finish, Acuff doesn't just tell you to stop procrastinating. He goes deeper, helping you understand the kinds of goals that are most likely to be completed. He emphasizes the importance of setting goals that are specific, measurable, and achievable. But he also pushes back against the traditional stretch goal mentality that often sets people up for failure. Instead of making goals that are so far out of reach that they become discouraging, Acuff advocates for a good enough approach. He believes that when we set realistic expectations, we actually set ourselves up for success rather than disappointment. He's not saying we shouldn't dream big, but he's suggesting that breaking those dreams into smaller, more achievable pieces is the key to actually getting things done. Overcoming obstacles. We all face obstacles when working toward our goals, whether they're external challenges or internal doubts. Acuff addresses the common barriers that prevent people from finishing projects, things like fear of failure, self-doubt, and external pressure, and offers strategies to overcome them. He introduces the concept of emotional endurance and how learning to deal with discomfort and frustration is key to maintaining momentum. Rather than avoiding the challenges, Acuff encourages readers to embrace them and keep moving forward. He talks about the importance of creating systems that allow you to continue working even when things get tough, whether it's through accountability, setting deadlines, or making your goals public. The power of imperfection. Perhaps the most liberating message in Finish is that imperfection is not only acceptable, it's necessary. Acuff challenges the idea that we need to wait until everything is perfect before we begin or finish something. Perfection is a myth that prevents us from taking action and accomplishing what we set out to do. By letting go of the need for perfection, we can free ourselves to finish what we start and celebrate the small victories along the way. This idea is incredibly powerful because it removes the pressure we often put on ourselves to be perfect. Instead of focusing on the end result, Acuff urges us to focus on the process, to enjoy the act of working towards something, and to accept that we don't have to get everything right on the first try. The key is to keep moving forward and to celebrate progress over perfection. Practical tools and exercises. Acuff doesn't just provide motivation. He also gives readers concrete tools to help them finish their goals. At the end of each chapter, there are exercises that help you apply the concepts to your own life. These exercises are simple yet effective, designed to make you think about your goals, break them down into manageable steps, and stay focused on what truly matters. One of the most impactful exercises in the book is the done list, where you focus not on what you still need to do, but on what you've already accomplished. This shift in focus can be incredibly powerful, as it helps you build momentum and feel proud of your progress, no matter how small. Motivation that lasts. What makes Finish so different from other self-help books is that it offers motivation that lasts. Rather than relying on short bursts of inspiration, Acuff's message is about creating lasting habits and mindsets that will help you finish your goals, no matter what obstacles come your way. It's about finding a way to keep going when you don't feel like it, and creating an environment where completing your goals becomes a natural part of your routine. The book is full of humor, insight, and practical wisdom that makes it a fun and engaging read. Acuff's writing style is approachable and relatable, and his personal stories make the advice feel more grounded and authentic. He doesn't just talk about what works in theory. He's been through the struggles himself and has emerged with actionable strategies that can be applied to any goal. Conclusion: The Gift of Done. Finish. Give Yourself the Gift of Done is a book that will change the way you approach your goals. Whether you're trying to finish a long overdue project, start a new business, or just get more organized, this book offers the tools and mindset you need to succeed. Acuff doesn't just tell you to work harder. He teaches you how to work smarter, embrace imperfection, and celebrate completion. By the end of the book, you'll have a new understanding of what it means to finish. Not just your projects, but your goals and your dreams. This book is an invaluable resource for anyone who has struggled with finishing what they start. It's for people who've been paralyzed by perfectionism or overwhelmed by the idea of completing something big. Acuff's approach is refreshingly down-to-earth, practical, and most importantly, achievable. If you've ever found yourself stuck in the almost there stage, Finish is the perfect read to get you across the finish line. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends, and let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.